I learned how to manipulate people. I was deceptive, right? But I had my ultimate goal. I had a purpose, it was working for the U.S. government. I was a threat actor in the countries where I was operating, right? Because I was trying to recruit people working for my country, right? But at the same time, I saw how I was able to initially deceive and manipulate people to accomplish this goal. So I use tempered trust in all my interactions with people. I try not to blindly trust what anybody says to us. And I think this is one of the problems we have in society. We need trust. Trust is not a bad thing. When we have blind trust, that can be really detrimental to us or to our organization if we're trusting in somebody that can use it against us. So I think being much more cautious in anything that's coming my way, to be able to verify whether this is authentic or not. I think that was probably the biggest change from the standpoint of my mindset in the private world. The second is there's a number of different security procedures also that I continue to utilize. If I'm going into a restaurant, my wife automatically knows I'm going to choose the table. I'm going to choose where I'm going to sit. I'm not going to have my back to the door or back to the windows. I'm going to always be able to see what's out there in front of me. I'm never going to sit right next to the window. I'm going to sit more in the interior, in the back. It's all automatic now. I got to be ready if there's an attack, like a terrorist attack or something coming to the door. I got to know. I got to be able to have time to react to it. Or if I'm driving a vehicle and typically we get to a stoplight, we get up pretty close next to that vehicle that's ahead of us, right? And we don't necessarily leave much space, but I learned you leave enough space so that if you get in an emergency, you can easily break out of there. A lot of people just are complacent. They don't think this would ever happen to them. Why do they need to care? But that's this complacency and really lack of awareness. That's the greatest threat, I think. The information is already out there. Even if you've been very, really careful about what you put out there, think about how many breaches probably that you've already have been victimized by. There was a massive breach of OPM, Office of Personnel Management, and that's where the information, the background investigation, all the information that's collected on an individual before deciding to give them a security clearance, that's not just your personal identifier information. This is everything. It was hacked. 22 million clearances held in that system, and it was hacked by the Chinese. The U.S. government all confirmed that it was the Chinese. So think about all that information is out there, right? How are different threat actors potentially using that information? So we have to be aware of how we could be approached. If someone is reaching out to us, and I always say there's like 5 different communication channels today. It could be through that email, it could be through that text message, it could be through social media, direct messaging, it could be through a telephone call, or it could be just in person. What are they asking us? What information are they asking of us that could be sensitive? If this is a fraudster or any type of other threat actor, if that information gets in the wrong hands, how detrimental could it be to us or to the entity that we're working for? I'm not saying being super paranoid with every single email, text we get, but if that's prompting us to take an action, that's when we got to sit back and think, okay, if this action could be detrimental, I need to verify that it's authentic before trusting it. So that's a slogan I use a lot of times when I speak: verify, then trust. It's not like what Ronald Reagan coined, trust then verify. Today in this digital world, if we trust then verify, it's too late, right? Damage has been done.